I guess I figured out what was wrong, but let's see. Um, Looks like we do have some friends still joining, so just make sure you're staying tuned. Just let me make sure everything is right, because I feel like there might be something wrong. So just wait right there for a second. All right, it looks like it's on right now. Yeah, and it looks like it is. So, yep. Okay. I'm just mainly making sure everything's right. I'm making sure everything went the right way. So just making sure nothing's wrong, and you guys can let me know if like the Wi-Fi goes out or if the live stream isn't working, and I'll try to fix that. But for as of right now, it's looking pretty good out there, and as you can see right now, pretty dry mainly across the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. We do have some snow ongoing in parts of the Northeast, as you can see, mainly some freezing rain ongoing across Portland, Maine, heading into New Hampshire. But for like Indiana and as well as Ohio, looking pretty dry right now, so it's definitely going to stay that way probably. So looking pretty decent for the most part, not gonna lie. And it looks like more people have just joined. You guys who have just joined, feel free to leave questions in the chat. You guys can also leave zip codes if you want to as well, and I will definitely answer those. So feel free to do that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure to subscribe and even press that like button too as well. So like I said, it's definitely looking pretty good right now, but as we continue to take this forward though, as you can see, we will start to see a storm system move through parts of the Ohio Valley and as well as up here towards Minnesota on March 26th, which will definitely bring some pretty good impacts. So we will definitely be watching that system. And as that system finally heads out, we'll see kind of some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms across the southern Ohio Valley and as well as the southern part of the Mid-Atlantic. And as we continue to take this forward, we'll start to see even some more storms move on through on April 2nd. So that is definitely also going to be something that we do need to be watching too as well. And as that system finally heads out, we'll start to see another system move through. So definitely looking pretty good for the most part, at least as of right now, like I said, but we will start to see more storm systems moving through pretty soon. And with your total precipitation, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. With your total precipitation, also looking pretty good too as well, because we are seeing some beneficial amounts. And some of these areas certainly do need the rainfall. So there's definitely going to be some important rainfall that a lot of these areas do need. And it sounds like Minnesota, northern Iowa, and as well as Wisconsin will be the areas that will receive the most rain. That is pretty much from now to March 27th. But it sounds like parts of the Ohio Valley, including Indiana, will get some pretty good rainfall too as well. Sounds like we could pick up as much as an inch of rain in some areas, so we will be watching for that. And then down here in parts of the deep south is also looking like an area that will definitely have greater chances for heavy rainfall and as well as flash flooding. Let me go ahead and start looking at the chat, and like I said, you guys can leave questions if you want. I am perfectly fine with that, so feel free to do that if you haven't already. And let's see here. Gray Tails says, I am in the north central Midwest. July is probably gonna be the worst there. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that, because severe weather does seem to be the worst for the Great Lakes region. So we definitely do need to be watching up there towards the Great Lakes for severe weather, and that's mainly going to be during the summer. So, as of right now, it's looking alright. I mean, we could still see severe weather events in the central Midwest, but for as of right now, it's definitely looking okay out there. So, we will be watching for more severe weather events, like I said, so you guys can definitely watch my channel for those type of things. So whenever there's a severe weather event ongoing, I will make a video about that, and you guys can watch it to get more detail or information about it. But for as of right now, it's definitely looking alright, like I said, and as you can see, not very much precipitation ongoing right now. So yeah, so let's see here. It looks like John. It looks like Tyranny said we are here and excited to see updates. Yes, you told me that actually. So yeah, I am. I'm glad that you guys did join my live stream. I really do appreciate it. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I have a lot of viewers that have not subscribed to my channel yet. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alright, and let's see here. We're going to go ahead and look at the severe weather threats next. And if you do live in one of these severe weather threats, feel free to ask a question about it. So for day 2, this will be from Sunday and this Monday, which will be for tomorrow. We do have a slight risk for severe weather, a level 2 out of 5 threat for severe thunderstorms, mainly across portions here of northern Oklahoma and as well as central and northern Kansas. So we definitely will be watching those areas tomorrow, and as you can see, there is a decent tornado threat, about a 5% chance of a tornado, which does indicate that some tornadoes could definitely be strong. Not talking extremely strong tornadoes, but a few tornadoes could certainly be strong, so we will be watching for that, especially if you do live in Wichita, Kansas, or even areas around that. And then for the wind and hail threat, we do have a threat for damaging winds, about a 15%, and then for your hail threat, you do have a 15% chance of 1-inch hail or greater. So we definitely do need to be watching tomorrow closely. And like I said, if you do live in one of these severe weather threats, feel free to ask questions about it. Now, for day 3 outlook, that is going to be from Monday into Tuesday. We do have another slight risk for severe weather, level 2 out of 5 threat, mainly across portions here of all Louisiana, heading into Mississippi, back through southern Arkansas, and then back into eastern Texas. Back up here towards Des Moines, Iowa, or even the central part of Iowa, we will also need to be watching for some pretty good severe weather too as well. So I definitely am going to be needing to watch this one too as well. So we'll be watching for maybe a few upgrades to at least a slight risk. So we will be watching for that. But let's see here. Looks like Greg Tales said Tornado Alley is finally being active after almost half a year. Yeah, I mean, Tornado Alley hasn't been experiencing tornadoes a whole lot because last year Tornado Alley has been seeing like as much as 1,000 tornadoes. So last year was definitely disruptive, but this year we haven't seen much tornadoes ongoing in parts of the plains. It sounds like we probably saw a few already, but it's definitely not as active yet though. So we definitely do need to be still watching for tornadoes to develop in parts of the plains. And by the way, water temperatures are actually starting to change to a La Nina right now. So from an El Nino to a La Nina, which does increase the chances of severe weather farther to the east. So as we do head into the later spring, or at least the later part of tornado season, we will be talking about an increased risk of severe weather. Let's see here. John says, smash those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you very much for doing that, John. I really do appreciate that. Now, we do also have a severe weather threat. Let's see here. I thought there was a severe weather threat, but it doesn't look like there is. But if you're also wondering what predictability too low means, it just means it's too far out to predict it. So nothing too crazy. We still could see severe weather, but there's definitely still too far out to really say that there will be severe weather. So we will still be needing to watch for that. And feel free to leave questions in the chat. Let's see here. Dylan says, do I need to worry about tornadoes in Utah? Probably not, because we haven't seen very many storms develop in Utah yet, and this year we're expecting most of the activity to occur in parts of the plains in Midwest and as well as Ohio Valley. the concern for you is probably going to be snowfall along with rain. So don't expect there to be tornadoes, because it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case, and even a lot of other meteorologists are saying that Utah isn't going to be the spot for tornadoes. So you do not have to worry about tornadoes as of right now. There still could be a severe weather event or two sometime this season, but we do not certainly expect tornadoes. So you are good, my friend. Let's see here. Gray Tails said SPC. Yeah, I am doing the SPC. If you guys want to know more information about the Storm Prediction Center, you guys can go ahead and look it up. Like I said, it's just called the SPC, or the Storm Prediction Center, and this is the app that tells you the severe weather threats. So yeah, if you want to look at the SPC, you guys certainly can, and that's a shorter spell for Storm Prediction Center. So yeah. Let's see here. Don't look like anyone has asked any more questions, but let's see. Bryce says, will Utah still be in a drought this year? Well, let's go ahead and look at the drought monitor and go USA drought monitor. Drought map. Okay, yeah, got it. Let's see if Utah's in any droughts, because you were certainly asking that. In Utah right here, we're gonna go ahead and click on Utah, and Utah right now is in a little bit of a drought right now, at least in the eastern part of it, and this does include I don't really know how to spell that, but Uneth County right there, something like that, and then we got Grand County down here south of that are both experiencing a moderate drought. So we definitely are in a little bit of a drought in parts of Utah, but where you live, I do not think you're in a drought, because most of Utah is certainly not in a drought. So I think Utah will be in a drought for the summer. At least that's what I think so far. And I even made a summer forecast today, and you guys can go ahead and watch that right now. But before you watch it, I would still like you guys to stay in tune for my live stream. So thank you. I really do appreciate how you guys are joining my live stream. So like I said, Bryce, your main concern will probably be during the summer. But for as of right now, it's not looking too bad. So you're decent, my friend. Let's see here. And I also do want to say that there is some exceptional and severe droughts ongoing in parts of the Midwest, and as well as the deep part of the western United States. So we got some extreme droughts in some places, but let's see here. Gray Tail says, I'm really sure Wisconsin will get an EF2 plus tornado this season. Yeah, I mean, we will definitely need to be watching for maybe another one of those events, especially during the summer, and that's usually where the Great Lakes regions have the best chance for severe weather. But I'm also going to say that the southern part of Wisconsin already saw an EF2 tornado. That was pretty historic right there for the month of February. So that definitely was an interesting event that occurred in Wisconsin not too long ago. But we definitely will be needing to watch Wisconsin pretty closely. We're going to go ahead and go back to the SPC. Let's see here. Tyranny Goddess says, we plan to roof our house next week. Are they predicting any rain in our area? We are going to be seeing some rain, at least in the Ohio Valley region. So let's go ahead and go to the radar, and it looks like we'll be in for some rain on March 26th. So yeah, as you can see, pretty good heavy rainfall along with some storms around. So yeah, I mean, we definitely are going to be talking about rain for Monday and Tuesday. And I mean, I already know where Tyranny lives, but it's definitely going to be something that we do need to be keeping an eye on, and we will be talking maybe some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of heavy rainfall too as well. So we will be watching for rain next week, my friend. So yeah, thanks for asking that question. Let's see here. And again, Great Tales, like I said, I do think Wisconsin will still be in play for maybe a severe weather event sometime this season, so we definitely will be watching for that. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and show you guys something else. We're going to go ahead and look at the kinematics for severe weather now. So this is what we use to help figure out if the severe weather threat is really going to be like this. So if we go ahead and look at the surface base cape, this is with the GFS model, by the way. We're going to go ahead and take this forward. And as you can see, we actually aren't really seeing a whole lot of tape, but we will be seeing increasing cape as we do head into Sunday. That's where the severe weather event was, and I can go ahead and show you that. And as you can see, that was across central Kansas into northern Oklahoma. And as you can see, that's exactly where that cape is. So it does make sense where they did issue the cape and as well as the severe weather threat. But as we continue to take this forward, we will start to see a little bit of cape move through parts of the Ohio Valley. And like I said, Tyranny, we will be in play for some rainfall, and like we are seeing on this map, it looks like we also will be seeing some cape as we head into Tuesday, which does indicate a likelier chance of seeing thunderstorms. Not severe thunderstorms because the cape isn't strong enough, but thunderstorms. That's what the main concern will be, my friend. So as we continue to take this forward, as you can see, that will quickly head out, and we'll start to see a little bit of cape across the south and east, which will again bring some thunderstorms, but no severe weather expected. And then we'll start to see some more cape move through parts of the Ohio Valley. Could just look at that. This is massive, guys. This is massive across Oklahoma, Texas, even into parts of the southern Ohio Valley. This is just massive. So we will be watching for more severe weather events, and as you can see, that cape even heads all the way out into the Ohio Valley with almost 1,000 joules per kilogram for places like Kentucky, Tennessee, southern Indiana, heading into Missouri, back through Oklahoma, Texas. So we got a really big area that could experience severe weather as we do head into Monday. Not this Monday, but the Monday on April 1st. So let's see here. Bryce says, when will be a good month to fly a kite? A good month to fly a kite would be during the fall, because that's when it's the most windy. But I mean, as long as it's sunny outside and there is some wind out there, that would be a really good day or month to fly a kite. So days that it's a little bit windy and also has sunshine, those will be good days to fly kites. But yeah, other than that, it's definitely looking like the fall is the main season or month that does experience kite type of weather. So yeah, thanks for asking that, my friend. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and look at the dew points now. So we're going to go ahead and go to the moisture. So we're going to go to dew points, but I just got to make sure I can find this. I'm pretty sure I am on the right thing. There we go. I did find dew points now. So dew points also do matter for severe weather too as well. And as we continue to take this forward, as you can see, those dew points will likely increase. And then those will quickly die down, and still continuing through parts of the south and east. We will also see pretty good dew points across southern Indiana, southern Illinois, and then back through parts of Texas. So that will be both areas that we do need to watch, and those are the areas that we will be needing to watch for a bigger severe weather event. But let's see here. It looks like Tyranny says Kinley wants to know what the best way to prepare for severe weather is. It depends what's going on, because if gusty winds and hail are going on, that means you need to at least be indoors and away from windows if there's gusty winds and hail going on. But if there's a tornado warning, then you must take shelter on the lowest floor possible. this is also important for my other friends too as well. So including you, John, you will definitely need to know these things too as well. And yeah, like I said, we will need to be watching the severe weather scene pretty closely, and make sure you are on the lowest floor possible whenever a tornado warning is ongoing. So that is definitely the best way to take shelter whenever a tornado warning is ongoing. But if you don't have a low floor, if you only have the main floor and as well as an interior room, then you must go to that place. So go in a interior room on the central part of the main floor. So that would be the best place to go. Let's see here. John says, when does the weather get warmer? The weather will get warmer as we head into the beginning of April, because it looks like we'll see 70s around that time. And again, thanks for asking that. Let's see here. It looks like a lot of people have left the stream, but you guys can rejoin if you do want. Whoever's still around, you can keep asking questions, or we can keep looking at things. But whoever did join my live stream, at least, thank you very much. And like I said, stay tuned for as long as you want, because I will still be going. But yeah, so we definitely are going to be talking quite a bit of rainfall too as well. And let's see here. It looks like another person has joined. So if that's someone new, you can leave more questions if you want. So feel free to leave questions in the chat. But anyway, as you can see, we do have some pretty good rainfall amounts across portions here of the Deep South and as well as the Ohio Valley. This heads from now all the way to April 8th. So something else I also do want to say is that the total solar eclipse might be ruined, okay? I know that's far out, but the total solar eclipse could certainly be ruined because we will be talking rain chances on April 8th. So we will be needing to watch that pretty closely. And let's go ahead and go back to the radar to show you guys that. So on April 8th, we're going to go ahead and take this forward. So we kind of have to go all the way out to see that. So on April 8th, so let's see here. April 8th, as you can see, so as we head into April 8th, as you can see, we actually are already seeing a storm system popping up. Look at that, guys. That includes almost the entire path of totality right there. Isn't that just crazy? That big line of storms that is getting ready to move in. I mean, that is just crazy, my friend. So yeah, we definitely do need to be watching a storm, but I mean, this is glitchy, so I mean, I'll sometimes make some mistakes about it, but it sounds like that line of storm is actually going to be on Tuesday. I actually kind of got that wrong, so I do apologize for that, but it will actually be on Tuesday, but actually on April 8th, though, we will actually still be talking some pretty good rain and snowfall across those areas. Let's see here. John says, is fishing season coming soon? Yeah, probably, especially because yeah, it's definitely really good weather out there, and there will be days that it's cool, and those are usually the days that people do like to fish, is during the cooler days, especially because fish are more wild, and I'm pretty sure I got that right. So yeah, fishing season is definitely here already, if you didn't know that. Let's see here. Graytail says, I think Jay wants to know the weather, and see if there will be any tornadoes that's going to happen in Puerto Rico. Yeah, so I can actually go ahead and take a look at that for you, Jay, if you want. So that means we're going to go ahead and go to a different app that I can use for this, and this is Windy, by the way. I don't think you guys know this app very well, but we're going to go to Rain and Thunder, and it actually does look like there could be some thunderstorms ongoing near you, Jay, because as you can see, we actually do have some thunderstorms getting ready to move through. Look at all that lightning showing on the radar right there for portions there of Puerto Rico. Thanks for letting me know about that, Jay, or I mean Gray Tails. I really do appreciate that. So thanks for letting me know. And I'm just gonna say, whatever language he's saying, I don't really know it very well, and I'm pretty sure he's also a robot, so I don't really want to answer him, but I'm glad you told me that, Jay. I really do appreciate that. Let's see here. looks like we got more people joining. So, like I said, guys, feel free to leave questions in the chat if you haven't already. And we actually haven't took a look at the total snowfall yet. I actually do want to show you guys that, by the way. And for the total snowfall, holy moly, guys. So from now all the way to April 2nd, as you can see, there is a lot of snowfall that is going to be ongoing in parts of the deep south, or I mean the upper Midwest rather, and even up here towards, the upper plains heading into the Rocky Mountains, we'll also be seeing quite a bit of snowfall too as well. So I mean, we're going to be seeing a really massive snowstorm move through portions here of Minnesota, Wisconsin, even North Dakota could get 2 feet of snow. But even over here in parts of the Denver, Colorado area, we could be talking almost 2 feet of snow. And holy moly, 47 inches. Holy crap. Yeah, that's a lot of snowfall, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I know winter's almost over. I know it's pretty much over, but you guys who do live in those areas, you guys might need to get your winter gear back out, especially you gray tails, especially if you live in the central part of the Midwest, because central part of the Midwest is pretty much this area, so you could be in play for some snowfall. Not like a lot of snowfall, but some snowfall. Let's see here. It looks like Dylan McAdams says, shout out to Uncle Morden. Yeah, Uncle Morden might have joined the stream, and you can let me know if he did. But yeah, so we definitely do want more people to join the stream if they can. I will be live for probably another 30 minutes or so, so you guys can definitely keep staying tuned if you guys want, and I do appreciate it for staying tuned around. But yeah, so thank you guys very much for staying tuned, like I said. And let's go back to the total snowfall, like I said. And like I said, this heads all the way out to Tuesday, April 4th. So that's kind of far out, but not terribly far out. And like I said, we are going to be talking a lot of snowfall. Let's see here. Graytail says it just snowed yesterday in Wisconsin, and I'm really mad. Yeah, I get that feeling right there, Graytails. I know things can kind of get crazy this spring, and so you might just have to deal with it. So I really do get what you're saying. So yeah, we'll need to watch for more snowfall in Wisconsin. It also depends on where you are in Wisconsin, because if you live up here in the upper part of Wisconsin, you could be in for another foot of snow on Tuesday, or from now into Tuesday, April 2nd. So this is definitely going to be something that we do still need to be watching. And like I said, guys, winter is already over, but I mean, it's just crazy how we are already seeing lots of snowfall in parts of the upper Midwest. But I do hope you don't get as much snow, especially if you're mad about it, Graytails. Let's see here. Bryce says Uncle Morden smells. Yeah, I kind of do get that. That's kind of funny, by the way, but yeah, so let's go back to the radar again, just to give you guys a good idea on what could happen. And as you can see, it does look like we will be seeing some thunderstorm development across portions here of the Ohio Valley. So definitely looking pretty stormy as we do head into Monday and Tuesday again. So we will be watching for that. And as we continue to take this forward, we will still be needing to be watching for more storm systems to come, so that will be something to watch for. Yeah, so like I said, guys, you guys can continue staying around if you want. Feel free to leave more questions in the chat. Let's go ahead and look at the thunderstorm. This is kind of like what you can expect for thunderstorms. So let's see here. Let's see. John Manioki says, will we receive snowfall here in in Indiana. No, we don't expect any snowfall for Indiana, and if we head all the way out, we actually aren't really seeing nearly any snowfall for parts of our area. So, no, not really, my friend, but we definitely might still need to be watching for a little bit of snowfall, especially in the very, very northern part of Indiana. Let's see here. Dylan says, will the storms be wet or dry? The storms are obviously wet, my friend, because the storms that come are always wet. Let's see here. Bryce says, good job. Love the weather updates. Thanks, my friend. That is very nice of you. And yeah, like I said, John, we don't really expect a whole lot of snow to occur in Indiana, especially because it's very unusual for this time of year. But back in parts of the Great Lakes, we'll have a much better chance of seeing any snowfall this spring. So you're good, my friend. Let's see here. Graytail said, someone said that where the historic tornadoes is gonna get another really bad outbreak. Okay, yeah, I see. So, yeah, I mean, we might get a really bad outbreak sometime this spring. We'll be watching for that, definitely. So, it's definitely going to be something that we do need to be watching pretty closely for, is some historic outbreaks this season. But other than that, it's definitely looking like it's going to be okay for the most part, especially up there in the Great Lakes. And like I also said to you, we're also expecting more in the way of severe weather in that area as we do head into summer. Let's see here. Grandma D says, sorry, Grandma D is kind of new to asking questions. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. I can see that this would be your first time answering questions, and I can give you more things on how to chat if you need, but if you're fine how you are, just let me know. Let's see here. Looks like Jay's asking more things. And like I said, Jay is probably more than likely a robot because he's saying a different language, just trying to make it confusing. And me and my dad have figured that out quite a bit, so I'm not really worried about you, Jay. Let's see. If we go ahead and go back to the Storm Prediction Center, we're going to be going over severe weather questions if anyone has any. But let's see here. John says, thank you, Sim. Yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, definitely very nice of you. So we will be watching for severe weather, like I said, as we do head into tomorrow. It sounds like for us, it sounds like we will have a chance for some thunderstorms, mainly as we head into the deep south. Or mainly as we head into Monday into Tuesday, rather. I kind of messed that up a little bit, but we definitely will be needing to watch closely. In just 1 second, I don't know what you're really saying, Jay, but I also only do English, so that way you don't chat as frequently. We're gonna be putting you in a timeout. So sorry, Jay, you can't chat. But anyway, we definitely will be needing to watch for some things pretty closely, like I said, especially as we do head into Monday and as well as Tuesday. So we will be watching for that. And like I said, guys, Jay is a robot, so that's why I put him in timeout. I don't really like how he chats, so if you guys do like him, I apologize, but I don't really like trying to figure out the language and everything like that, so that's why he was in timeout. So let's see here. Doesn't look like anyone has said anything that, and like I said, you guys can ask more questions if you want. And something else I forgot to take a look at is the wind shear. Wind shear is definitely important for severe weather, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. So we're gonna go to upper dynamics, and if we go to the lower part of the atmosphere. Let's see, that I think that was the wrong one. We might don't look like this is the right one, so we're gonna go back to the Tropical Tidbits tab, which is the app I was on at first. And we're going to go to the GFS small, and we're going to go to lower dynamics. And for the lower dynamics, 850 millibar wind, that indicates the lower part of the atmosphere. As you can see, really good wind shear, by the way, especially as we do head into Monday. Like, that's really strong wind shear, my friends, across portions here of the lower Ohio Valley, and as well as Kentucky, Tennessee, and as well as Alabama. Let's see here. Graytail says, could you check the Cape for SPC Day 2 outlook? Yes, I can. So for the Cape for the SPC Day 2 outlook, so that is going to be for tomorrow. That will be for tomorrow, and as you can see, that is mainly across parts of Kansas and as well as northern Oklahoma, just in case you were wanting to know about that. But so that will be from Sunday into Monday, which will be for tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and check the Cape for that. So we're gonna go to severe weather, and we're gonna go to the surface base Cape. So and I probably already said this at the beginning, but like I said at the beginning of the live stream, we will be talking some pretty good Cape across portions here of Oklahoma and Kansas. And look at that, guys, 1,000 joules per kilogram. So this is definitely going to be a pretty big severe weather event, Graytails. This is definitely going to be something that we do certainly need to be watching for as we do head into tomorrow. So yeah, it's definitely there, my friend. It's definitely there for severe weather. Let's see here. It looks like my computer screen did something a little bit weird, so I do apologize for that. But let's go ahead and take a look at a few more things. Let's go ahead and show you guys the Climate Prediction Center outlook. So for the Climate Prediction Center outlook, so for the temperature, as you can see, from March 29th to April 2nd, which is pretty much on the 6 to 10 day outlook. As you can see, we do expect above average temperatures for a pretty big portion of the central and as well as the north east United States and as well as the eastern United States, but we also expect there to be some pretty good below average temperatures across portions here of the western United States. Let's see here. Looks like Graytail says, my friend is gonna go. I have in Kansas, I think. Okay, yeah. If you're gonna be leaving, Graytails, that's fine. You guys can leave if you want. But for as of right now, it's not looking like you have to be here anymore if you don't want to. So, if you're leaving, bye, Graytails. Thanks for joining my live stream. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and go to the 6 to 10 day outlook on the precipitation. And as you can see, precipitation does look to be quite well above average across a pretty good portions here of the U.S. So definitely looking quite above average, especially for the southwest United States. And then for the 8 to 14 day outlook, which is a different one, this is pretty much from March 31st to April 6th. And as you can see, pretty well above average across the eastern United States, and then a below average across portions here of the, the western United States. And then for the precipitation, we do expect there to be some pretty good above average precipitation across a really big area of the United States, especially the southwest United States, which was included in the highest chance for above average during the 6 to 10 day outlook. But even down here to the south and east, and even up here towards the Great Lakes, will also be in play for severe weather. Let's see here. It looks like we definitely are going to be seeing some pretty good severe weather overall, like I've been saying to you guys. So yeah, let's see here. It looks like Graytail said chase. Yeah, we definitely chase storms if we need to. So if there is any storm chasers will certainly be out chasing storms and things like that. So yeah, that is exactly what happens during severe weather, Gray Tails, is that there definitely is chasing going on during severe weather outbreaks and things like that. But I also forgot that you already left, so again, if you're still here, have a fun time, Gray Tails. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and look at the 24-hour snowfall rates. That is pretty much just showing you how snowfall could play out, and as you can see, we will be talking some pretty good snowfall across portions here of the Midwest, especially the upper part of Midwest as we head into March 25th, and then as you can see, that will finally head out and we'll see some snowfall across Pennsylvania. Let's see here. It looks like Graytail says, do you only check weather on a computer or when you sometimes go chasing? I only check it on the computer. I actually don't go storm chasing, but I probably am going to be doing that when I get older, especially because I'm already a meteorologist, if you didn't know that. So I mainly do it on the computer, Gray Tails. But I also thought you already left the stream, but it sounds like you're still here. So feel free to stick around if you can, Gray Tails. I really do appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and look at the 24-hour precipitation total, and as you can see, it actually does play out quite similar compared to how it has been playing out with the snowfall, where we do have this big area of precipitation, mainly across the Midwest and Ohio Valley, and then as that one finally heads out, we'll see some pretty good precipitation again across portions here of the Ohio Valley, and then we see another round of that happening. So yeah. Absolutely, my friend. Let's see here. And anyone who still wants to stick around, you guys can keep asking weather questions if you guys want. But for as of right now, we can just stick around and talk about more things if we want to as well. So yeah, anyone who wants to keep sticking around, you guys can continue asking questions if you want, and I will definitely answer them. And we haven't looked at a few more, and we're going to go ahead and look at a few more models because I only been taking a look at one. For the CMC model with the total precipitation, it actually does show some pretty good precipitation across portions here of the Midwest and, the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and even back to the East Coast will all be in play for some pretty good severe weather. And yeah, so definitely going to be an area that we do certainly need to watch as we do head into the beginning of April. And then for the total snowfall with the CMC model, it actually does show some snowfall farther down south. And even though you said that, John, that doesn't mean we will be seeing snowfall, because even though one model shows something else compared to another model, doesn't mean that we will be seeing snowfall. You kind of need agreement on there to really be snowfall, but I mean, I guess it's a possibility, especially for the very northern part of it, like I said. But yeah, other than that, it's definitely looking like most of Indiana should stay dry. Let's see here. Graytail says, is there any wet weather in the southern Canada? Is there anywhere weather in southern Canada? Well, let's see here. So for Canada, it depends in southern Canada because southern Canada is really bad. So for all of southern Canada, we will be talking snowfall, okay? So for the entirety of southern Canada, we will be talking pretty much 1 to as much as 2 feet of snow in some areas, especially up here towards Maine. Over here in parts of New England, so even parts of New England will actually be in play for some pretty good snowfall, and let's actually go ahead and look at that with the GFS, and yeah, we actually got really good agreement on us having a lot of snowfall in between Nova Scotia and as well as Maine, but even here in the rest of southern Canada will be in play for some pretty good severe snowfall is probably what I should say. So yeah, definitely gonna be seeing some pretty active snowfall in parts of southern Canada, my friend. And let's see here. Um, I will still be live probably till about 8 p.m., so I will be live for probably the next 20 minutes if anyone still wants to stick around. But for as of right now, this is going to be the time to answer more questions and answer more things if we want to. But yeah, definitely looking like we will be seeing some pretty active snowfall, Great Tails. Not gonna lie. We will be seeing some really active snowfall in parts of southern Canada for sure. So we will be needing to be watching that area. But I am mainly gonna be watching Minnesota and as well as North Dakota for the most active severe weather. So yeah, definitely going to be needing to be watched. So let's go ahead and go to the Windy app again to do more things. It looks like we gotta go to some other tab, and let's go to the Cape. Okay, let's go to the Cape. So for the Cape, this is Cape Index, by the way. Is this even gonna show up right? It looks like it's a little bit glitchy right now, so we're gonna exit out of that. But let's see here. It looks like Graytail says will or check out New Jersey for my friend and wondering if Tornado Alley is shifting east. Yeah, of course I will be checking out New Jersey. So let's go ahead and go to the GFS model, and we're going to go ahead and go to the radar. So it looks like New Jersey will be in play for some pretty good rainfall, okay? And by the way, a system has already been passing New Jersey, and I do actually want to show you guys some of the alerts across the United States. I just got to search for it. And there we go. And as you can see, New Jersey is actually under some flash flood warnings, and it makes sense because you guys have already been seeing a whole lot of rainfall in parts here of New Jersey, but there's also a wind advisory issued, and I can go ahead and take a look at that for you. And it looks like 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts expected, so your friends do need to be securing their objects and things like that. And you also were asking, is Tornado Alley shifting east? Probably not, because most of the severe weather is staying in the plains for the next few days, but it certainly could shift east next year, though. So yeah, we definitely will be needing to be watching for Tornado Alley to shift east one of these years. But for this year, I don't think it is, just because severe weather has mostly been occurring in the Central Plains. Let's see here. John says, how cold is it in Canada? And also Daniel wants to know. So for Canada, we're going to go to our temperature. And it looks like Canada, as of right now, is extremely cold. And I'm just going to say, Canada is very cold this time of year, too, as well. So even though it has been, really, really cold during the winter months, it's still really cold right now. Look at that, 6 degrees Fahrenheit, almost minus 6 degrees up here, which might sound unusual, but it actually is pretty usual for Canada. I'm not gonna lie, my friend. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty usual that Canada does see really cold temperatures. So yeah, it's definitely extremely cold, my friend. Let's see here. Graytail says, so there's a chance of tornado in New Jersey. Doesn't mean there's a chance of a tornado. It just means just plain old rain or even some storms, but it doesn't mean there'll be any severe weather or any tornadoes. And I can actually check the Cape for you, and if we check the Cape the entire time, as you can see, it actually doesn't really show any Cape for New Jersey. So your friends are perfectly good, my friend, from seeing any tornadoes, especially because there has been no Cape at all from now all the way into the beginning of April. So your friends are good, Graytails. Your friends are certainly good. There's probably only like a 1% chance of a tornado during the entire spring. So I don't think New Jersey is going to experience a tornado this spring. I think there's a very low chance that New Jersey experiences a tornado. But it could certainly happen, though. At least for today. into April, we don't expect tornadoes for New Jersey. So you're good, Great Tails. You're certainly good. You don't have to worry about tornadoes for your friends. Just let them know that there will be no tornadoes and that they are perfectly fine. But we're gonna go back to the alerts, and like I said, Great Tails, I know I said that your friends are fine, and that's mainly because of tornadoes. So we're not really expecting any tornadoes to occur, but for the alert, we do have wind advisories and even some flood warnings across portions here of New Jersey. So like I said, it's certainly looking alright for the most part, but tornadoes is looking not that active at all. It's looking like it's going to be pretty calm for tornadoes in parts of Missouri. So like I said, Great Tails, your friends should certainly be good for quite a while. So we will still be watching though this spring, but for as of right now, it's looking okay. So your friends are perfectly good overall. That's probably the best thing to say is right now is that your friends are perfectly fine. So we're going to go back, but anyway, we're going to go back to the radar now, and if anyone wants to leave any more questions about the areas, or if they want to leave any more things, feel free to leave them in the chat. Let's see here. Great Tail says, can you check out any active warnings in central Wisconsin? Central Wisconsin is actually under some winter storm warnings and even some winter weather advisories. I'm not really sure where you are in central Wisconsin, but if you live south of Whitehall, you are going to be more in like a little bit of snow, but not really looking like the southern part of Wisconsin will be in for very much snowfall, at least for today and the next few days. So if you live north of Whitehall, you will be in for snowfall. If you live south of Whitehall, then you won't see as much snowfall, but snowfall still could be a possibility. So it depends where you are. Like I said, it depends where you are. So you can let me know where you are, and I will figure that out. Let's see here. Yeah, and like I said, guys, you guys can definitely leave things in the chat if you want. That is definitely fine until the stream's over, and I'll probably be live for at least the next 10 minutes, so feel free to leave more things in the chat, or I can even be live till 7, or 8:10 if I want. So we will still be watching. Like I said, we will still certainly be watching Wisconsin for some pretty active snowfall for the most part. But let's see, we're gonna go ahead and quickly take a look at something else if I can figure it out. And let's look at the Colorado State University. And Colorado State University is one of those areas that does predict severe weather too as well, just in case any of you guys didn't know about that. And we're going to go to severe weather outlooks, and we're going to go to the 8 or day 3 through the 8th. And let's see here. It doesn't look like they're out. I thought they would be out, though, so that's a little bit disappointing right there. But we just got to wait for the Colorado State University to upload, so that way we can see their severe weather forecasts. But for as of right now, it's looking like they are updating, so that's why we can't access it. But I also do want to let you guys know that I do have some friends in Utah, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about that. And for Utah's actually looking, like I said, to my other friends, you guys probably aren't going to be in a big drought, because that's mostly across eastern Utah as of right now. Well, most of it isn't really under a drought, but there is some winter weather advisory ongoing in parts of Utah, so it's definitely still looking like some active things could still be ongoing in some areas, certainly, but for the most part, looking pretty quiet, especially with active weather, such as severe weather or anything like that. Let's see. And I also do want to tell you guys that we do have fire weather warnings and as well as high wind warnings in parts of Texas. And look at that, guys. look critical to extreme. Critical to extreme. And this darker orange color that you see right there, that is in between critical and extreme. So that indicates a extremely good chance for wildfires right there. So that is not going to be very fun at all if any of you guys in the stream do live there, which I don't think anyone does, but if you do, you definitely will be needing to be watching. And as you can see, high wind warning and red flag warning for the exactly same time. And it also looks like there could be blowing dust in Amarillo. So yeah, it's definitely not looking fun for Texas. At least not really. Let's see here. It looks like Graytail says, weather forecast for Oklahoma. What do you want to know about Oklahoma? Because for Oklahoma, if we check out the Storm Prediction Center outlook, which I do have to pull up again, Oklahoma will be in for a severe weather threat as we do head into tomorrow. And that's also going to be mainly in play for parts of central Kansas. But like I said, it's also in play for Oklahoma, with a chance for tornadoes mainly across Oklahoma City, Fort Still, Norman, and then areas pretty much north of those areas will have a greater chance for tornadoes. And then wind and hail threat do seem to be pretty similar. So yeah, I mean, if you have any friends there, even though you did tell me you had friends in New Jersey, if you do have any friends in Oklahoma, they will also probably need to be weather aware. So both of your friends in New Jersey, and if you do have any friends here in Oklahoma, both of them will have to be weather aware, because like I said, severe weather is definitely going to be a concern in Oklahoma, but also in parts of New Jersey. Will also have to be weather aware due to flash flood warnings and stuff like that. And it sounds like I just lost my voice. It's not as good as it was. But let's see here. John says Indiana in throughout though. Okay, yeah, I see. I'm not really sure what that really is, but okay. If you were needing to say that, okay. But let's see here. Down here towards the deep south, it looks like we do have some freeze warnings currently in effect too as well. So if anyone lives down here, make sure you are protecting plants and other things like that, which like I said about the Texas, I don't think anyone lives in both of these areas, but if you do live in these areas, you definitely will need to be weather aware, especially for freezing temperatures if you do live in northern Alabama and northern Georgia, or fire weather warnings in parts here of Texas and Oklahoma, or be weather aware across portions here of New England, which could certainly be in play for higher winds and things like that, like what I said to you, Graytails, about your friends. Let's see here. Graytail says, is there going to be a hurricane season soon for Florida? Friends are going there this spring for the spring break. Okay, yeah. Hurricane season could definitely start early, but it's not going to be starting during spring break, because that's a little bit too soon for hurricane season to really start. But hurricane season could start during the month of May however. So it's definitely looking like we will have an earlier hurricane season this year, but it doesn't look like it's going to be starting that early, Graytail. So I think your friends are going to be good for at least the month of April. But as we head into May, we might see some tropical storms and even a few hurricanes develop. So right now and throughout April, you're looking good for your friends, Graytails, traveling there. But for May, and as well as throughout the spring or the summer, and as well as the fall, there could definitely be a lot of hurricanes. So yeah, definitely looking okay, Graytails. Your friends should be good traveling there, and yeah, so definitely feel good about your friends traveling there if they are. Let's see here. Yeah, so I will be live for another couple minutes or so you can quickly go ahead and leave any questions you wanted to ask me before the stream ends in a little while. But if you guys do have any more things to ask me, go ahead and ask it now. So let's see. If we go ahead and go here, as you can see, radar actually is looking quite, I mean, we are going to have some storms coming in, like I said, especially as we do head into March 26th. So that will certainly be something that we do need to be keeping an eye on for the most part. So yeah, definitely, we definitely do need to be watching. And like I said, guys, feel free to leave more questions in the chat. I will be live for probably the next 10 minutes or so. So feel free to keep asking more questions, and I will definitely answer them. So let's see. We're going to go back to the advisory display, and there's pretty much watches, warnings, advisory display. And like, I'll go ahead and take a look at Florida again just to make sure they're really good to go there. Looks like Jelly said hi. Hi there, Jelly. Hope you're doing good. Glad to see you. Sounds like you might have just joined the stream. So we are getting ready to end the stream pretty soon, Jelly. So if you are going to be or if you are trying to stick around for it, you might not be sticking around as long as you probably wanted to. But for as of right now, go ahead and stick around. Feel free to leave questions in the chat if you want, Jelly, and I will definitely answer them. Let's see here. Looks like Graytail says June 15, 2022. I'm not really sure what that means, my friend, but let's see here. John says, do you do this at the end of every month? Not necessarily. I won't do a live stream at the end of every month, if that's what you were trying to say. But I definitely do a live stream at least once every month. So I do a live stream every month, but I don't do it at the end of every single month, though. Let's see here. Jelly says, how's your day been? It's been really good. It's definitely been having fun with my live stream here. Like I said, you can leave questions and things in the chat. You can also do zip codes and things like that if you need to. So feel free to leave those in the chat if you want, Jelly. I will definitely answer those if you need any weather forecasts or updates. Let's see. And like I said to you earlier, Great Tales, your friends in Florida are definitely going to be looking pretty good traveling there. So it's definitely looking pretty good for Florida for the most part. And as you can see, it's definitely looking quite good. See sunny skies these next few days or so. So I think you are definitely going to be good, Great Tales, like I said earlier. I think you're definitely going to be good traveling there, or if your friends are even going to be traveling there. So yeah. Let's see here. Again, I'm Jelly. My day has been really good. Let's see here. Jelly says, you're a weatherman. Of course I am. I am a weatherman because I do a lot of weather videos on my channel. I have also been talking about working at the National Weather Service too as well. So if you didn't know that, that is definitely something good to know about me, that I am going to be working at the National Weather Service when I get older. So I definitely will try going to college, get my weather degree and everything like that. So yeah, of course I'm a weatherman, of course. But we're gonna go back to the Climate Prediction Center. Just could give you guys like a few more good ideas on how things could play out. And I do want to let you guys know about the seasonal outlook. And for the 3-month outlook, we're going to go to the 3-month outlook for the temperature. And as you can see, from March, April, and as well as May, we expect above average temperatures for the entire northern part of the U.S. and as well as the Ohio Valley and Atlantic. And like I said, it's going to be March, April, and as well as May. And then back over here for the total precipitation through March, April, and May, we do look to be quite above average across portions here of the southeast. Let's see here. Looks like Jelly says, I'd listen to the National Weather Service if you're the one talking. I'm not working there right now. I'm certainly doing my live stream right now. So you might have thought I was doing my live stream at the National Weather Service for what you said, but I'm actually here at home. Let's see here. Looks like Graytail says check out July for tornado season. July, I did do a summer forecast earlier today. So it's definitely looking like the Great Lakes region is definitely going to be one of those areas that could definitely be seeing some severe weather. So it's definitely looking like we do still need to be watching for severe weather, like I said, as we do head into the summer. So yeah, it's definitely going to be something that we do need to keep an eye on, Great Tails. So since you do live in the Great Lakes region, which is Wisconsin, you definitely need to be watching for storms this summer, especially because that's the time when the Great Lakes region do get severe weather. Let's see here. John Manioki says, you're a really good weatherman. Thanks, my friend. I really do appreciate that. You guys are being very respectful, and I do appreciate that also. So yeah, it's definitely looking like we do have active snowfall going on, like I said at the beginning of the video, mainly across portions here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, back to parts of Montana, and as well as Nebraska. So all of those areas will be needing to watch for snowfall during the next few days. And one of the areas that will be seeing snowfall is the Twin Cities. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys that. And look at that, guys. Snow likely and heavy snow, even some heavy snow Sunday night. So Minneapolis and as well as St. Paul will all be the areas that we do need to be watching pretty closely. Let's see here. Graytail says, is their website for checking velocity for tornadoes free? Tornadoes, there's Tornado HQ, which is pretty much a weather app that tells you all the warnings that are around going on right now. So it can tell you tornado warnings, it can tell you special marine warnings, it can tell you severe thunderstorm warnings. So it's a really good app, and this is free. All you gotta do is search for Tornado HQ, and if it's the first one to pull up, that is definitely a really good and free app to use, especially whenever you're tracking the weather. So yeah, I mean, that is definitely one of the apps to use, especially when you are talking tornadoes. So yeah, of course, this is a free app, my friend, and thanks for asking that too as well. Let's see here. Sounds like we will be still going live for the next few minutes. As long as you guys are still chatting with me, that will keep me going live, and I am still going to be live for the next few to 10 minutes or so. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the radar again, and it's certainly looking like we will be we'll be in for some storms and even some severe weather events as we do head throughout the month of March and into the month of April. So as we do head through the rest of March is probably what I should have said, and into the month of April, those will be the things that we do certainly need to be watching for. So yeah. So, sounds like people are leaving the live stream right now. It is also kind of getting late in my area too as well. So, I should probably end my live stream in just a little bit. But if anyone has any more questions, quickly leave them in the chat and I will certainly answer them. But like I said, as long as you guys are chatting, that will keep me going live. But other than that, I should be ending my live stream pretty soon. So quickly leave anything you want to leave before I end my live stream. Let's see here. John says, are you gonna put cooking with Sim on this channel? No, I'm gonna keep them separate. I think just weather, just a weather channel and both a cooking channel are fine. I would rather keep them separate. So no, I'm not gonna do something else on this channel. I'm just going to be doing weather videos on this channel. Let's see here. Graytail says, when is the next live stream gonna be? I'm not really sure. It mainly just depends on what's going on, because if there's a significant risk for severe weather, I will probably be live for that. And if you want to know if there's a significant risk for severe weather, you can look at the Storm Prediction Center, also known as the SPC, which is a short way to spell it. Just in case you're wondering on when the live stream is going to start. So if you want to know when I will be going live, like I said, I'm not really sure when I'll be going live next. It just depends on if there's going to be a severe weather event or not. And if you are going to be in a severe weather event, make sure you are looking at the SPC to see what threats you are in, and then I might be going live for that one. So it just like I said, it just mainly depends on what's happening, what's going on. So if there's a significant risk for severe weather, I might go live for that. So it just depends, and it also depends on what I'm doing too as well. Sometimes I just won't have time to go live for it, so it's kind of random. Let's see here. John says Simeon and okay. All right. See, and yeah, so like I said, I'll probably end my live stream pretty quick, but it looks like, do you have any social media where I can contact you to check severe weather? I do not have social media, so no, I can't. Do that. But I'm glad you at least asked a question though, because like you said, do you have any social media where I could contact you to check for severe weather? And like I said, I don't have social media, but if you want to know if there's gonna be severe weather, check the SPC, because all you have to do is write SPC outlooks, and then there should be something that pulls up. So that's how to check for any severe weather. So no, I'm not gonna be on social media, but I definitely will be doing live streams, and it sounds like I might at least be doing one every month, but again, I don't know. It just depends. So it looks like if you're just joining now, I will be live for probably a few more minutes or so. So I will end my live stream probably around 8:30 or in a little bit right now. So feel free to quickly leave more questions in the chat before I end my live stream. And I'm also kind of losing my voice too as well. So I mean, I probably should end it pretty soon right here before it gets too late. Alright. Just 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I was just answering something that I got. But yeah, so looks like Graytail says check June 15th, 2022 SPC. That's where I almost died. What are you even talking about? Please say something nicer than that, because saying that check June 15th that you almost died isn't very respectful. So please chat respectfully. Please say better things, Graytails, or else I'll put you in timeout. Let's see here. John says what weather channel is on your or what weather channel is on is one you most trust? There's a lot of channels that I like. There's actually one called the Weather Channel, if you didn't know that. And I do like that one a lot, but there's also like the models and things like that too as well. So like Tropical Tidbits is an app that does all the models and things like that. So yeah, I mean, definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. So yeah. Let's see, just 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I'll keep being live for probably the next few minutes or so. Like I said, you feel free to leave things in the chat, and it looks like someone might have just joined right now. So if you are joining right now, feel free to leave things in the chat before I end my live stream. It is kind of getting late, but I probably will stay live till 8:30. So feel free to leave things in the chat if you want to. So yeah, if you definitely have questions, feel free to leave them. But let's go ahead and take a look at the excessive rainfall outlook. I actually forgot to show you guys that, by the way. So excessive rainfall outlook, we do have a slight risk for flash flooding across portions here of New York City, Philadelphia, Annapolis, Dover, even back to Providence, Hatford, and even back to Boston, Massachusetts will all be the areas to watch for flash flooding as we do head throughout the rest of today. So your friends in New Jersey, Great Tales, if you're still around, are still at risk for flash flooding. And like I also said, there is also flash flood warnings too as well. So make sure they are not driving through flooded roads. And also, for day 2, we do have a little risk for flash flooding, mainly down there towards, San Diego, back and down into Mexico, and then up there towards Los Angeles. But for day 3, we also do have another big risk for flash flooding, mainly across portions here of the South, and as well as Texas too as well. So we will be watching day 3 too, and then on day 4 we got another risk for flash flooding, mainly across portions here of the deep South, including Alabama, but even back into Tennessee. This is going to be from Tuesday into Wednesday, and then on Wednesday into Thursday, we do have another risk for flash flooding. Let's see here. John says, what does subscribing do for the channel? Subscribing just helps me do it. Subscribing just helps the channel a lot, and if I do get enough subscribers, sometimes people make money too as well. So subscribing can help with a lot of things, including making money, and that's what almost every single YouTuber does when they get a lot of subscribers, is they make money. So if you didn't know that, there you go. But just wait another second. Let's see. Alright, I'm finally back to talking. I was just answering something right there, but anyway, yeah, we definitely do have quite a bit of days that we could certainly be seeing flash flooding, so yeah, we definitely do need to be watching closely, so yeah. And just another reminder, just feel free to leave more questions in the chat if you haven't already. So whoever joined my live stream, feel free to leave questions in the chat if you haven't already. But yeah, so We're going to go back to the radar again just to give you another good idea on what's going to be happening the next few weeks. And as you can see, really good rainfall that's going to be going in parts of the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and Deep South. That's going to be on March 26th. And as that one finally heads out, we'll see a little bit of shower and maybe a few storms as we head into the beginning of April. And then another round of that happening on April 2nd. And then we'll see another round of that happening as we do head into April 8th, which like I said to some of my friends, that might ruin the total solar eclipse. So if you are in the path of totality, which I can actually show you, so we're gonna go ahead and go to this app right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but there we go. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys the path of totality now. So after talking about all the weather and all the weather questions and stuff, right now we're gonna start doing totality. So now you guys can leave questions about am I in the path of totality, or will I see a total solar eclipse? So things like that are the questions I'm going to start answering now. So feel free to leave questions about the solar eclipse that's going to be happening on April 8th, which will be in about 16 days. So feel free to ask questions about that next. But as you can see, totality line is really long, so the 100% total solar eclipse will head from New Mexico, Mexico, all the way up into Maine. So definitely a really long path of totality in places like Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma, heading into southeast Missouri, back through southern Illinois, into southern Indiana, and central Indiana too as well, back into western Ohio, and into northern Ohio, and then back through northwest Pennsylvania, including Erie, and then back through the northern part of New York, into northern New Hampshire and Vermont, and then into Maine will all be in play for the total solar eclipse as we do head into April 8th. And like I said, after taking a look at the radar, we could be in play for some showers and some storms as we do head into April 8th, which, like I said, that could certainly ruin plans right there for the total solar eclipse. So might just not be as good as expected, but we'll see. Hopefully it's wrong. Let's see. John says, how many subscribers does it take to make money? You gotta have a lot. You probably have to have at least 1 million subscribers to make at least a couple of dollars. It takes a lot of subscribers, my friend. It takes a lot to make money. So definitely going to need to be a professional YouTuber to make money. So professional YouTubers are the ones who make the most money on YouTube. So I'm probably not going to be making money, but I do like to keep you guys updated and safe, and that's why I am doing these live streams, and as well as the weather videos too as well. So yeah, I do get your question right there, John. And like I said, feel free to leave questions about the total solar eclipse. And like I said, you can ask things like, am I in the path of totality, or when will this happen on April 8th? Things like that you can certainly ask in the chat. So feel free to leave those. And even Cleveland will be in it. Look at Cleveland. Cleveland will be in 100% total solar eclipse with pretty long totality right there, and pretty much along the central part of the line will be in place for some pretty good totality. So yeah, definitely looking like a pretty big event coming up, isn't it? But I am going to be ending my stream pretty soon, especially because it is getting quite late. But like I said, you guys can keep leaving questions and things in the chat if you guys want. And anyone who wanted to watch my stream but hasn't gotten to it, go ahead and watch it now. So yeah, we're definitely going to be answering more questions if you guys want, but just wait another few minutes. Yeah. So like I said, feel free to ask questions about totality and things like that if you guys want to, and I will certainly answer that. So if you guys don't know about the solar eclipse, like I said, feel free to answer or leave questions about that, and I will certainly get to that. So definitely something to let me know about if you don't. Something else I want to say is that Little Rock will also be included too as well if you didn't know that. So lots of areas are certainly going to be included in the path of totality, which I don't think a lot of you guys knew about. But I mean, all this red color that you see right there, and as well as this stripe line that you see, is all the areas that are going to see a 100% total solar eclipse. So it is definitely is looking quite eventful for a lot of areas for sure. But yeah, like I said, it's getting quite late. Probably gonna end my stream pretty soon. But if any of you guys want to leave questions, I'll certainly answer all of those. And we're doing totality right now, so feel free to leave that more than weather questions, because we have already answered all those. But if you guys have more questions to ask, or if you must leave a weather question, feel free to do that. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for telling me about that, John. So, yeah, I really do appreciate that. But anyway, we definitely are going to be in a event for April 8th, 2024, and like I said, that's going to be probably in the next few weeks or so. So it's going to be in about 2 weeks is when we see the total solar eclipse, so not too long from now actually. So it's definitely looking like something that you probably would want to see if you want to. And like I said, you guys can ask questions about it, or you can even ask things like will there be severe weather on April 8th? And I'm still losing my voice, by the way. I'm actually really quiet by now. I'm not gonna lie. I just lost my voice so much after doing my live stream, so it's definitely going to take a lot away from me. Let's see here. John says, do you like being a meteorologist? Absolutely, of course. And if I wouldn't like being a meteorologist, then I wouldn't have done this. So, of course, I like being a meteorologist, my friend. Of course. But like I said, before I end my stream, feel free to leave more questions in the chat before it ends. I'm going till at least 8:30, so you got about a few more minutes or so to leave questions in the chat if you want. And yeah, so certainly something that we are still doing. Yeah. So it is getting pretty close to 8:30. Like I said, if you have any questions about the total solar eclipse, feel free to answer those, or feel free to leave those in the chat if you haven't answered that already. So feel free to do that if so. Let's see. So if we go back to the radar again, I just quickly want to point out that there is gonna be some. It looks like there could be some rain on April 8th, which, like I said, will ruin the eclipse if we were to see, or if we saw it. So I mean, I kind of feel bad to say that we might not see the eclipse, especially because it's looking like the eclipse could get ruined by some rain and rain showers at times. So hopefully that's not the case, but that is certainly possible. Looks like John left a thumbs up, so thanks for doing that. That's definitely very nice of you again, John. I'm really glad you've been asking all these things, so that's definitely something that I do like seeing. Alright, so if we go back to totality, like I said, if any of you guys live in this path, or if you guys are asking if you're in the path, feel free to leave those questions in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and point out a few more cities that will be included in it. That includes Paducah, Huntingburg, Dayton, Cincinnati, or almost Cincinnati, back into places like Sandusky, Ohio. Let's see here. What is that? Toledo, Ohio too as well. And then up there towards Fort Wayne will actually almost be included in the total solar eclipse. At least the southern half of Fort Wayne will be included in it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that right. Toledo, Ohio will be included in that. And then back down here towards Jonesboro, Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, back in the Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, into Austin, San Antonio. So all those areas will be in play for the total solar eclipse as we do head into April 8th. So again, guys, if you guys got any more questions, you guys should probably be leaving them about now before the stream ends. But it's all, like I said, it's also getting quite late, so if you want to stick around for a little bit longer, you can. But quickly leave any more questions you want to leave, and I will probably end my stream in just a few more minutes. But yeah, guys, hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I hope you guys did like it a lot. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream, like I said, and thank you guys very much for leaving all those questions, including you, Grey Tails. If you're still around, I'm just gonna say the only question I didn't like is check June 15th, 2022 SPC, that where I almost died. I don't really like to hear those things, that someone almost died. Just that doesn't sound very happy at all. So I did like your questions, Grey Tails. I just didn't like the last one that you sent, but I did like your questions, John. I did like anyone else's questions, including you, Jelly. Those were definitely nice. And I even liked the other questions too as well. So quickly leave any more questions you want to ask in the chat, because I'm about to end the stream pretty soon. So quickly go ahead and ask a few more questions. Looks like John says, thanks for doing this, Sim. You're welcome. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for joining. But like I said, guys, thank you guys very much for joining my live stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Quickly leave any more questions you want to leave. But other than that, we are about to end the stream pretty soon. So again, thanks for pressing that like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. Or thanks for liking and subscribing. Also, anyone who hasn't subscribed or liked already, make sure to do that. But other than that, thank you guys very much for joining my stream. Thank you guys very much for liking and subscribing. And thank you guys very much for being around on my channel too as well. I really do appreciate that. But again, guys, thank you very much for joining my stream, and I will continue to do more live streams whenever there's severe weather events, tornado events, or anything like that.